Hey Chris, how are you celebrating your 4th of July? I'm staying at home and recording a video for myself. So yesterday I went to Anime Expo and I bought just one ticket for a one day. Just because these things only happen once a year, you think that it's gonna be less chaotic than before. It's not. More people are always coming. There's not really a convention space that's bigger. I'm glad I only bought a one-day ticket just because I don't have the energy of going back. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. No, it's just because I can't handle big crowds. And going to Anime Expo reminded me about, you know, going to different panels and things at conventions like you do. And whenever like Q&A panels happen, I just intrinsically tense up because I feel like there's unspoken protocol that needs to be followed when it comes to being an audience member and asking questions that a lot of people just don't follow. I'm gonna go over a few things that annoy the hell out of me when I go to a panel. So the first and most important one is asking multiple questions. Okay, so I actually have a follow-up question to that. Okay, I actually have like 2 small questions for you. It never ends up being 2 small questions. It ends up taking the time for 2 questions. Okay, I totally understand that people want to get as much time as they can with somebody. They actually just have multiple questions that are actually related to each other that they wanna ask this panelist. The issue is that you're taking up more time than the other people who are in line that have prepared just one question because they want to be fair to everybody else and ask just one question. It can just come off really, really selfish. I can kind of get it if like your girlfriend or your relative couldn't make it out and so you're asking an extra question for them. It still really rubs me the wrong way. Like you clearly wanted to ask your own question when you probably could have just asked for the person who was missing, but you wanted to ask 2 questions because you wanted one too. It's not like half a question takes up the time 2 questions. It's always the length of 2 questions. Another one that I have is posing a question to each panelist to answer. That also ends up taking a lot of time. Most panelists are chatterboxes. I've been to enough panels where I know that I talk a lot and I take up a lot of time when I talk. That's probably why I talk so fast, is because I know that I talk a lot and so I want to be able to make up for my talking faster. That's another video in itself. Another one that I have is giving your life story. I definitely have seen this a lot when a friend invited me to go to a SAG panel on diversity. It felt like half of the people who got up to ask questions were not there to actually ask a question. There are people who raise their hands to ask questions, but in reality, they're treating this like a networking opportunity. So they'll talk about how much they've always loved acting, how their work has changed their lives in some way, which is very sweet, but like again, is wasting time, and how they might know another person that the panelist knows. These people always start off with like, first of all, I just wanted to really thank you guys for showing up and giving your time to giving us, you know, advice on the industry. And, you know, I'm personally an actor myself and I find it really hard. Just the other day, I had this really hard audition with these people and I didn't get it and I was really sad. But then I realized that happens a lot, especially when it comes to industry panels. Don't do that. You just look so thirsty. And I'm not saying this just because I think that way. Ava DuVernay has also said that before, where you need to be able to be more proactive about your career so that way you don't come off so desperate, because desperation can easily scare away people too. Trust. Another one that I have is asking questions that you can easily Google. Usually these questions will follow up after telling their life story, actually. Their life story, and then them asking like, I'd really like to hear from you, or all of you, how you all got into the industry in the first place. When people audition you, what are they looking for? What was it like to work with this celebrity who was bigger than you? How do you get over the fear of rejection? Things that are just very vague, high level, or again, wasting time. That is the huge theme of this video. Let's see. Oh, another one that I have is just not asking a question at all. Sometimes you think that someone is gonna give their life story and then ask a dumb question. At least it's a question. But sometimes they'll just give their life story and sit down. Hi, I actually don't have a question, but I just wanted to say how much I love. Girl, stop. You can save this for after the panel is over. Every time I go to a panel, the panelists are nice enough always to stay and take pictures with people if they're famous, and to just talk more with people that they weren't able to get to during the public Q&A. Save it for that, all right? Like, this is a time for people to ask useful, poignant questions to the panel and for everybody to be able to hear it. I would just say, like, be more considerate of the people who are around you, because Q&As always have to be very short. They're usually like 30 minutes to an hour. That's not a lot of time when you have so many panelists and when you have people giving such in-depth questions, when you have other people wasting time with the previous things that I've mentioned. I just want people to be more mindful. I'm a really negative person, and I know that I usually make content that's about telling people what not to do. And I know that I can come off as the type of person that enjoys telling people what not to do because it's easier than telling people what to do. I like going to panels and I like going to conventions, and as you can see here, and it's really important for me that when you go into spaces that just have a lot of people in it, like, I don't think it would hurt to just be more mindful about other people around you. That's all. But why don't you tell me what were the most annoying people that you've seen at a panel recently? Please let me know. I love hearing your stories. You guys are really, really good storytellers. Did I ever tell you that? I want to keep hearing from you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, notifications, all that good stuff. And I will see you later. Bye.